What's going on, guys? FallenRedZeo here, and today we're looking at the new Hasbro Ghostbusters Plasma Series Ghostbuster characters. And of course, this is a really cool set. So we get all 4 of the Ghostbusters and then 2 additional characters, and then they have a Build-A-Figure of a Terror Dog. So very cool set overall. So of course, we got to start out with the Ghostbusters. So we have Peter Venkman and Ray Stantz, followed by Egon Spengler and Winston Zeddmore. So we got the whole gang here, which is really cool that they include, the whole set. Because a lot of times with Hasbro and stuff, they like to separate characters out and everything. But from the start, we got the whole set. So we don't have to worry about getting any more additional characters. Now if they do a wave 2 and throw in some additional characters or variants of these figures, that'd be fine, but at least we got the base set with the 4 Ghostbusters, which is really cool. And then the 2 additional characters are Dana, Barrett, and Gozer itself, which don't fit in the camera for some reason. And then of course you can see like the head of the Terror Dog there. So just a very cool set overall. And I'm not a huge fan of Ghostbusters. I watched the movie for the first time a couple years ago and I really enjoyed it. I thought there was nothing wrong with the movie. I've watched it multiple times since then, so I don't think anything's wrong with the movie. I'm just not like a die-hard fan. But of course my brother grew up with Ghostbusters and especially the cartoon version, so he absolutely loves it and that's why he got these characters. So I'm excited to get into this set and check all the figures out. But of course all the Ghostbusters look the same, so we don't really have much to look at with each of them. Just the equipment they come with and then their faces is the only difference. But I'm looking forward to building the Terror Dog at the end. So let's go ahead and open these and check them out. So we're starting off with Peter Venkman and it looks really good. So of course played by Bill Murray, as you can clearly see by his face, which I think they did an amazing job with the faces. I assume they did face scans. I'm not 100% sure, don't know that, but they look really good and really close to the characters. Obviously they're not perfect, but they look really good. Of course all the Ghostbusters themselves are in the exact same outfit. Now Peter's a little bit different because of his leggings, which we'll see, but other than that they're the exact same figure, so we won't look at the bodies of each one because they're all exactly the same, but they look really good. So if we bring it up close here, there's a look at the face. Again, I think it looks very close to Bill Murray. That's a really good looking face there. Again, not exactly, but it looks good. Of course his hair looks a little bit funny. He's starting to show like bald spots and stuff, but still looks very good. Then we have the jumpsuit on, and one thing I really like is their name tags. They look really good and they're pretty much spot on perfect, like the way they're laid out. With Hasbro, a lot of times their printings and paintings don't match up exactly and have some paint issues and everything, but all their name tags look amazing and they're perfectly legible and everything, so they did a really good job. And I like how you have the jumpsuit like unzipped a little bit at the top and you can see the shirt on underneath, the black shirt and everything, but then it's just an all like cream colored jumpsuit. But on the right shoulder here we have the Ghostbuster logo, of course the ghost with the slash through it. They have elbow pads on their elbow there, black gloves, leather black gloves, they're nice and shiny. Then we go down to the belt, has a belt on with all sorts of stuff, so I has a little contraption on there with some tubings and everything. I really like that. And then they have a pocket with a walkie-talkie in it. And then there is a hole here, which we'll see what that's for later on, but they all have that anyways. And then the pants leg down to the black boots. But again, as I mentioned, Peter has a little bit different compared to their other 3. So for the movements though, so the head can twist and can go all the way around. There's not much nodding. They can look down a little bit. Shoulders come out a little over 90 degrees, and they do have a butterfly joint. There isn't much movement in some of them, but his is pretty good there. And the shoulder can rotate all the way around. Then we got the bicep twist there, and a double elbow joint that comes up that far, so not too bad. And then the wrist can twist around, and they all flex up and down is the only motion that they have, so that's a little unfortunate. And then we go to the waist, so they only have one waist joint and ab crunch, so it's right at the waist, so it can twist there all the way around, and it can crunch forward a little bit, back a little bit. Not a whole lot of crunching though, but it does have that movement. But I like how they designed it where it goes right into where the belt is on the jumpsuit, because that's where it'd be more constricted on, so I like how they hid the joint in there. And at the hips, the legs come up, it looks like 90 degrees there, so not too bad, and out to the side pretty far. And then we have the thigh twist there, of course, and then we have the double knee joint that bends up that far, and they can kick their own butt, so that's good. And then at the foot, we have the foot that can flex back and forth. Of course, his is limited because it's inside the pant leg there, so it's limited movement there, but then it does twist side to side. So again, there's nothing much to these characters and their bodies, so mostly the whole reason you're getting these figures is to have their likenesses of like Bill Murray and everything in this instance, and then of course the equipment that comes with them, which is always the cool part of Ghostbusters. So for him, and they all come with it actually, the proton pack, so we got this, so we'll have to try and get this on. Comes with a neutrino wand there on the end of it that they can hold, so that's pretty cool. And it just has a little space in there that it can clip right on there, so that's pretty cool. That's designed like that, and so we'll have to try and work and get this on. I'll try showing you on one to see how easy it is or hard it is. Again, I haven't put one on yet, so I don't know, so we'll have to try that out. So it has the little pin there that you can just pop off and it kind of opens that up. So let's see how easy or hard this is going to be. So I'll have to probably slide him in this way, make sure we get his head in there. There we go, and put the hole in the back. If it'll slide in. There we go. It's a little messed up here in the front though, but let's see. Hopefully we can get it buttoned back up here. It looks like it may not be on him fully yet. And there we go. there it's all buttoned and everything, and it fits. Of course, the straps are a little bit bent up and stuff from being in the box, but it fits right on. Of course, has the peg that goes right into the back, so it fits perfectly on there, and it's not going to fall off too easily. Just, you know, a little bit crooked it looks like. And again, we have the one that just sticks right on there, but we can pull it around and try to put this into his hand. Again, I don't know exactly how he'll be holding this or anything, and the tubes are really annoying. So let me get this in his hand. Okay, so I got it in his hand. I have to say I'm pretty disappointed because the hands do not hold this very well at all, and I can't like get into position to look like they'd be using it. So it's just really annoying, and the hands like start to get loosened up. It's like I can get into this hand just fine and everything, but when I start putting this hand, it pops out of this hand, and then once I get it back in this hand, it pops out of this hand. So they just don't hold on very well, and then the tube here's fighting it, so it kind of makes it want to go where the tube goes. So you have that to fight and deal with, and then like I said, just the way their hands designed, since they don't have like the back and forth flex like this, it doesn't allow them to hold it too well. So you just have really weird ways to hold it and stuff. Like I said, I got it now, but that's about probably the only way you can hold it, unless you don't actually put it in one hand, like say this one, and just have them gripped on that one. You could get different movements, but it just looks very weird, and I'm, like I said, I'm really disappointed that it worked out like that. I thought this would work really good and I'd be able to hold it, so it may just be something I have to play around with to get it to work. I just don't like the way it works currently, so that's a little bit disappointing. But he does also come with the ghost trap, which is pretty cool. So it has a little trap here, has the wheel designs on the bottom, and the handle here, so you can obviously just take it and where they roll it out and stuff and open it up, catch the ghost in it. So that's pretty cool that it comes with that. It doesn't have anywhere to hold on to it because obviously it's a big item, so it's hard to do that. And then of course the Build-A-Figure piece and the leg of the Terror Dog. So that's going to be it for Peter Venkman. And next up we have Ray Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, of course. So there's a look at his face there, and again, looks pretty good. I think him and Bill Murray are the two that don't look as close to their real life versions, but the other two do. But the other figures do. I just don't think they're a little bit off. But otherwise, I still think it looks pretty good. Like, I can tell that's Dan Aykroyd. It's not 100% accurate, but it does look really good still. So there's a look at his face there. Has his hair all poofed up there and looks really good as well. And then of course there's his Stantz logo there on his chest, and everything looks good. Everything else, again, as I said, is exactly the same. The only difference is this time on his belt he has a little hook, which we'll see why in a second. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the pants legs being tucked into the boots compared to Bill Murray's, where they were over the top of it. So he does get more range of movement there in the foot and everything compared to the other. But other than that, it's the exact same figure, so nothing real different about him. He does have more of a gut on him, which I don't know if it's supposed to be Dan Aykroyd starting to put on weight at this time. His pack won't go on fully because of that as well. It will not go on. As you can see, there's quite a big gap. I had no issue with any of the other characters, just this one won't fit. So that's a little bit annoying as well. And I went ahead and put the proton packs on each of the characters, so they all have them on. And of course, they can hold the neutrino on and stuff. Hopefully it'd be a little bit different, but everything else is exactly the same, like I said, except him. He has a little bit of weight there on the front of him, but other than that, they're the exact same figures, so nothing really too different to look at. We won't look at all the movements because, again, they are the exact same. So again, the proton pack, neutrino one, but he also comes with the ecto goggles, which is pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and try and slide him on his face. So there, I got the goggles on his face, so it's easier to just go ahead and pop his head right off and then slide the goggles from his chin up onto his face, and they went on just fine. Sliding them up over with the hair and stuff is a little bit hard. I assume you can probably take them off easier than you can get them on, yeah. So they just slide right off there. So it's just hard to get around his hair at the poof, and then the way it's designed up there. But then these can also hang off of his pants there, so that's what that little hook is for. So it can just hang right there, so that is really cool. So it's a little bit annoying how his proton pack won't button up. And then of course the same issues with the neutrino wand and stuff in their hand, that they don't hold it very well. But other than that, it's a really good looking figure once again. And then of course his Build-A-Figure piece is the leg for the Terror Dog again. So that's going to be it for Ray Stantz. And next up we have Egon Spengler, and again, I think looks really good. Starting from here, I think all the characters look pretty dang accurate to the real life actors, so I think that's really good. So here's a look at Egon. I think his face looks really good, very close to Harold Ramis there and everything. The only thing weird about this is the glasses, the way it's designed on the side, where it's kind of like filled in there with skin, it looks like. So from the side it looks weird, but straight on they look really good. Like, the glasses are like the most accurate looking glasses I've ever seen on a character. It's just crazy. So apparently they need to start doing this, where they just have the extra material there on the side, because that looks so good. And like his big like beak like bird nose and stuff, just very good, close to Harold Ramis. His hair doesn't seem to be as poofy as his, but it's still pretty poofed up there, so that looks good. Then of course the Spengler there on his chest, and again he'll be the exact same as the Dan Aykroyd ones with the boots tucked in and stuff. And then he has the hole as well, which we'll see why this time. Again, the proton pack, neutrino wand and stuff, everything's same. His buttoned up easily there, so just very nice for him overall. And again, the face looks just so good for him. I'm very surprised by that. But his additional accessory is the PKE meter. So we have the little meter here, you know, they hold in their hand. It has the little pieces that come out, and then it reads where like ghosts are. And it has the little peg there on the back, and that's what hangs on the belt. So then any of them can be able to use it. You just hang it on the belt like that. It's nice that it has that, but again, like the little things don't fold in on it. But you can obviously also stick it into their hand. So there he's using the PKE meter to try and find some ghosts and everything. So that's very cool. Like I said, for this, I think the face is what really makes it the best figure to me, in my opinion. Just everything about it is perfect. Obviously, the way they hold the wand is still an issue, but everything about it, just with the face and stuff, is perfect. And of course, he has the Build-A-Figure piece of the Pterodog again for the leg, and that's going to be it for Egon Spengler. And our final Ghostbuster, we have Winston Zeddmore, and again, another great looking figure, and like I said, a really close, accurate look to the face. Now, I do feel with this is why I think they did do the face scan, because the face looks real shiny, which is usually a hint of face scanning, and it's real noticeable right at his mustache. It's like super shiny, so it looks like in certain lights, looks like he's got a weird like look on his face. And then just the way they did the smile doesn't look too good, but otherwise than that, the facial features look really good and very close to Ernie Hudson. I think that's a really good job as well. Like I said, Egon and him, I think, are the two best looking ones, so that's very nice. Zeddmore there on his chest, proton pack, neutrino wand, and the same exact jumpsuit as the past figures and stuff. So again, it's unfortunate they're all the exact same because we don't have anything different to look at, but they are the Ghostbusters and wear the same outfit, so it kind of, you know, makes sense. Now, the coolest thing with him for his accessories, he comes with the proton stream, so that is very cool there. Very nice looking design. Has like the Hasbro effect to it, so we can take this, stick this on the end of the neutrino wand, and it's the actual stream. I wish more than one character would have come with this, but I like the orange center with the blue lightning effect around it on the outside. Looks very cool, so we'll have to try this out. So there, I got the proton stream on the end of it, and it looks very cool. So it just slips onto the end there, and that looks super cool. Like I said, I wish more than one character would have come with this, because that would have made it super cool, but it still looks very cool. That is just awesome there. And then of course he has the last leg of the Build-A-Figure. So that's going to be it for Winston Zeddmore. And next up we have Dana Barrett, which of course becomes the love interest of Peter Venkman, and this is Dana when she becomes possessed by Zuul, the gatekeeper. And so very nice here, Dana in her dress that has the color all tore up and everything sliding down off of her. And then I like how it kind of lines up there perfectly, although it's designed, you know, a little bit different there, but just the way it lines up there, this be sliding down her shoulder. Has the big baggy sleeves there, so this one's obviously hanging down a little bit more compared to the other one. Nice gold sash there wrapped around her waist, and then the dress hanging down gold underneath as well. So just very nice looking. Then look at the face there, Sigourney Weaver. Of course she is possessed, so her eyes look a little bit weird, but I think it does look, you know, very good. Like I said, these last four characters of the set I think look really good compared to the first two. So there's look at her face, nice poofy hair there of the 80s stuff, all curly and everything, looks much like Sigourney Weaver's. Like I said, the only thing weird about it is that she has the red eyes, so it looks a little bit off there. She's kind of bare clothes, so she has a lot of skin showing up there at the top and her legs and stuff, and so she has the bare feet. So the Hasbro bare feet don't look too bad, but Hasbro still hasn't been able to nail the feet yet. So for her movements though, so her head can twist all the way around, she can look down that far, up just a little bit, shoulders come out 90 degrees and can rotate around, and then she has the single elbow joint that comes up about 90 degrees there and has a little bit of rotation in there, and then the wrist can twist around and flex, and the elbows are pretty much the same, just this side it's a lot fatter version of that because of the sleeve. Then she has a crunch right at like her waist up here where the belt is, and I like how if you even move it back you can see it's still the same skin tone under there. Obviously the dress is all one dress and it just has the wrap around the center of it, but I like how it does show the skin under there still. But so she has the crunch there, so she can crunch a little bit forward, a little bit back, you know, not a whole lot of movement, but it also has a twist, so she can twist all the way around, and that's the only real movements there. And then her legs are kind of hard to get because they're in the dress up here, but you can get them to, you know, move out just a little bit. That's about as far as it goes, too tight in there. But she does have the thigh twist up in there as well, and then the double knee joint here, so the knee can come up about that far, and then the foot can flex and twist down at the bottom there. So again, not a whole lot of range movement because she's kind of hidden by this dress, but still I think looks very cool overall. So she's out there looking for the Keymaster and everything, so it looks very cool there. I really like this figure a lot. It's a, you know, kind of basic figure, you know, nothing too drastic to it, but it's a nice Sigourney Weaver figure, so if you don't have one of those, you know, that's nice and everything. And the only other thing, she comes with the main body part here of the Pterodog, which is kind of really light and hollow. And that's going to be it for Dana Barrett. And our final figure up here is Gozer, which is the big evil being in the movie and stuff. She's the evil entity from another dimension. It's just very cool that they did include Gozer. I don't remember her hardly at all from the movie. I remember the name and stuff, but other than that, I don't remember this look at all. But I went and watched the video of it and stuff, and it's in there. I just don't remember it too well. So Gozer is the big master and has two loyal followers of Zuul, which we just saw possess Dana Barrett, and then there's also Vince Clortho, which possessed Louis Tully, which was Rick Moranis' character in the movie as well. And then they of course end up both turning into Pterodogs, which we'll see. And in the movie, Gozer also took possession of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, so wreaked havoc on New York City. But the figure looks pretty good. It's in this nice like pearl color, so it's like a pink, but it has, as you move it around, there's like some blue tints and stuff going on to it with the paint, so it looks very cool. But it looks like she's just all wrapped up, has like an insect skin or something, just the way the texture is on it and stuff in there. It just looks really weird. Then it has all the weird bumps that look like bubbles or something, but they could be like warts or something for all I know. But she's got those all over her body, so I just like the look of that a lot. Just a nice looking body. And then there's a look at the face, and she's played by the actress Slavica Jovan, and so I don't know who that is or anything, but I think it looks pretty nice. Like I said, from the video, I think it looks, you know, pretty close close to accurate. Has, of course, the deep red eyes, little tiny mouth, which looks really weird, and then the shorter haircut that's all spiked up and like almost like a flat top design and stuff. So very cool looking though. Nice looking face, and then like I said, the body overall. So for her movements, her head can twist there all the way around, and she can look down and up there. Shoulders come up 90 degrees there and can rotate around. Single elbow joint that comes up about 90 degrees and has the rotation. Wrist twist around and flex. Upper ab crunch and twist right there under her chest, and then she has another additional ab crunch, so she can get really good crunch going on there. Of course, though, when you crunch it too much, it kind of makes it look all weird in the back there. Then the hips come up 90 degrees there and out to the side pretty far. Thigh twist and a double knee joint that comes up about that far. Of course, like the bubbles and warts or whatever get in the way there. And the foot flexes and twists side to side, and then she is in like a high heel there, so it is hard to get her to stand up because their feet are just so skinny, and the high heels and everything, it's hard to get her to the stand. So Gozer is going to be coming for you, and she also comes with some effects. So she has the additional hands here that have the lightning on it, so nice purple lightning effect. So I'll go and switch these out. So there, I got the hands on her, and it looks super cool with all the lightning coming out of it. Stuff looks very awesome there for Gozer, so that is awesome. And then of course she comes with the final piece for the Terror Dog there, the face and stuff for it, so that's awesome. And that's gonna be it for Gozer. So now we have all the pieces for the Terror Dog, so let me go and pop that together. So I think I got it put together here finally. I don't know if it's right, so I know I have the right legs in the right spots. I just don't know if I have them in the right, because I had these switched around, and I think they're supposed to look like this. That's kind of how like normal dogs' legs are and stuff, so I assume that's how it goes. So I hope I just got it. It just doesn't stand very well, but you have to kind of mess around with the feet because it does have some movements and stuff, so that's cool. So here we have one of the Terror Dogs, and this is supposed to be, at least by the box, the way it's labeled, it's the Vince Clortho one, so the Keymaster, again the one that took possession of Louis Tully. So it'd be cool if we could have got two of them, since you know there are two in the movie and stuff. It would have been nice to be able to get two, so you'd have to buy two whole sets to be able to build a second one of this. But I don't really like this too much, just the way it's designed. It feels real cheap and flimsy, like it's a real lightweight and everything, and then like the head doesn't seem to go on that well, so it has a lot of movements, which is good, but it just seems like it doesn't stick on too well, the way the feet, and it's hard to get it to stand and everything and get it situated, so it just feels a little cheap, but I still think it looks very good. So again, the Terror Dog look to it and stuff, so very nice looking. It's like a, you know, reptilian type dog or something, just the way it's designed. Has the horns coming off the head, looks very nice there. The mouth with a lot of teeth, have some movement there. It's a little stiff, but it does have movements in there. And again, like the head I mentioned does have, so it can move all the way around there, can twist around, has all just sorts of good movements, look up and down, so good movements there. The legs do have like shoulder joint stuff, so they can come out to the side there and can adjust in there. It has like a single elbow there, and it has the twist in it as well. And then its wrist has some movements in there and can twist. And then pretty much same for the back legs, you know, have some movement in there. Right at the hips, it pretty much can just swing back and forth. No knee joint or anything, but has this lower like knee joint that has some movements and twisting. And then the foot flexes and can twist as well. So just a little bit awkward to get to stand up, but once you mess with it, it does stand up. And overall, I think it looks pretty good. So that's gonna be it for this Ghostbusters Plasma Series Wave 1 set, where we got all four of the Ghostbusters along with Dana, Barrett, and Gozer, with the Build-A-Figure of a Terror Dog there. So very cool set overall. Like I said, I wish the Ghostbusters need a little bit of work, especially in the hands, to be able to hold the neutrino wands and stuff, but I think otherwise than that, they look really good. Again, Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray's faces don't look exactly the same, but I think all the other characters look really good. And I wish the Build-A-Figure didn't feel as cheap as it does for some reason. But just a very cool set overall with all the accessories they come with and everything. Just very cool for a Ghostbuster set, and especially for the first wave. So let me know your opinions down in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out another one over here on the left and some other action figures on the right here. But thank you all for watching this video. Remember to stay awesome out there, and I'll see you next time.